Scotland and England have a long history of conflict, with battles fought for land, power, and independence. From the rolling hills of the Scottish Highlands to the bustling streets of London, the struggle between these two nations has been etched into the very fabric of their existence. It's a tale of resilience, bravery, and tactical brilliance, a saga that has shaped the fate of the British Isles in ways we still feel today. In this intricate dance of war and peace, Scotland has had its fair share of victories. These triumphs, some against all odds, have not only defined the character of a nation, but have also left indelible marks on the annals of history. From the legendary Battle of Stirling Bridge to the decisive Battle of Bannockburn, from the siege of Dunnottar Castle to the skirmishes of the Jacobite Rising, each victory tells a unique story of Scottish courage and determination. Here are the top 10 victories of Scotland over England throughout history. In 1297, Scottish forces led by William Wallace and Andrew Moray won a decisive victory against the English army at Stirling Bridge. In the heart of Scotland, Stirling Bridge was a strategic choke point, a narrow wooden crossing over the River Forth. The English, under the command of John de Warenne and Hugh de Cressingham, marched northward to quell the Scottish rebellion. However, they underestimated the cunning of Wallace and Moray. Instead of engaging in an open field, the Scottish leaders opted for a tactical approach. They waited until half of the English forces had crossed the bridge before launching their attack, effectively splitting the enemy in two. The Scots, fighting with fierce determination, overpowered the disoriented English troops, inflicting heavy casualties. The Battle of Stirling Bridge was far more than a military victory. It was a statement of Scottish resolve, a symbol of the nation's thirst for freedom. This battle showcased Scottish tactical prowess and marked a significant early win for Scottish independence. The Battle of Bannockburn in 1314 is one of Scotland's most famous victories. It was a time when the Scots were craving independence, and their yearning was embodied by one man, Robert the Bruce, their king. Robert was not just a king in title, he was a warrior, a strategist, and an inspirational leader. The English, led by King Edward II, boasted a larger force, but what they had in numbers, they lacked in leadership and unity. The Scots, on the other hand, were driven by a shared goal: freedom. They fought not just for their king, but for their land, their families, and their future. The battle was fierce and long, but the Scots held their ground. With clever tactics and unwavering determination, they turned the tide of the battle in their favor. Under the leadership of Robert the Bruce, the Scots defeated a much larger English force, securing Scotland's independence for years to come. During the Anglo-Scottish Wars and the Wars of the Three Kingdoms, Scottish forces scored notable victories against England. Our journey through these victories takes us first to the year 1575, to the Raid of the Redeswire. Here, Scottish forces, under the leadership of Sir John Carmichael, met English troops led by Sir John Forster. In what was essentially a border skirmish, the Scots emerged victorious, dealing a significant blow to the English forces. This battle, though not as grand as some, was a testament to Scotland's ability to hold its ground against English incursions. The resilience of the Scots was further demonstrated in the siege of Dunnottar Castle during the Wars of the Three Kingdoms in the year 1652. Dunnottar Castle, a seemingly impregnable fortress atop a cliff, was besieged by English forces under the command of General Overton. For 8 months, the Scottish defenders held their ground, protecting the Scottish crown jewels from falling into English hands. Their resilience and determination were a beacon of hope in a time of uncertainty and chaos. Despite being vastly outnumbered and undersupplied, the Scots managed to hold off the English forces until reinforcements arrived, turning the tide of the siege in their favor. The successful defense of Dunnottar Castle was not just a military victory, but a symbol of Scottish defiance against English rule. It was a message to the English and to the world that Scotland was not a nation to be taken lightly. These skirmishes and sieges demonstrated Scotland's ability to resist English incursions into its territory and symbolized Scottish defiance against English rule. The Raid of the Redeswire and the Siege of Dunnottar Castle stand as proud moments in Scottish history, embodying the spirit of resistance and the unyielding determination of the Scottish people in their fight for independence and sovereignty. In 1745, during the Jacobite Rising, Scottish forces loyal to Bonnie Prince Charlie achieved significant victories over the English army. This was a period marked by power struggles and fierce loyalties, with the Scots rallying behind their charismatic leader in a bid to restore the House of Stuart to the British throne. Among the victories of this period, the Battle of Prestonpans stands out, a swift and decisive triumph for the Jacobites. It was a classic David versus Goliath encounter. The Scots, outnumbered and outgunned, utilized the cover of night and the element of surprise to their advantage, launching a dawn attack that took the English forces completely off guard. The battle was over in less than 30 minutes, with the English army in disarray and retreat. This victory was not only a military success, it also served a psychological purpose. It boosted the morale of the Jacobite forces, proving that they could stand toe-to-toe with the English army and emerge victorious. It was a beacon of hope, a glimmer of possibility that the dream of a Stuart restoration might not be as far-fetched as it once seemed. But the Jacobite Rising was not just about grand battles. There were smaller engagements too, which were no less significant. The skirmish of Clifton Moor, also in 1745, was one such event. Here again, the Jacobites, despite being significantly outnumbered, managed to hold their ground and repel the English forces. These battles, though varied in scale, had a common thread running through them: the indomitable spirit of the Scottish forces. They were not merely fighting for territory or power, but for a cause they deeply believed in. The victories at Prestonpans and Clifton Moor were not just military achievements. They were symbolic of the Scottish spirit of resilience and steadfastness. These battles boosted Jacobite morale and momentum, contributing to the overall Jacobite campaign in the north. They were a testament to the courage and determination of the Scottish forces, a reminder of their will to fight and their capacity to win. Throughout the 14th, 15th, and 16th centuries, Scottish forces secured significant victories over English forces. Let's delve into a few of these battles in detail, starting with the Battle of Otterburn in the late 14th century. In the year 1388, despite being heavily outnumbered, the Scottish forces, under the leadership of James Douglas, achieved an impressive victory. This battle not only showcased their military skill, but also instilled fear into the hearts of their English counterparts. Fast forward to the early 16th century, the Battle of Flodden Field took place. It was a significant conflict between the two nations, and despite the tragic loss of their king, James IV, the Scots emerged victorious. This victory dealt a heavy blow to English ambitions and showcased the resilience of the Scottish forces. Just a few decades later, in the mid-16th century, we witnessed yet another Scottish victory at the Battle of Ancram Moor. This battle took place during the period known as the Rough Wooing, and the Scottish victory served as a stark reminder of their ability to defend their borders against English aggression. Lastly, let's not forget about the Battle of Stirling. Yes, we've mentioned it before, but it's worth noting that in 1298, following their initial success at Stirling Bridge, the Scottish forces once again defeated the English at the Battle of Stirling. This victory reinforced Scotland's determination to resist English domination and solidified their reputation as a formidable adversary. These battles showcased Scotland's military skill, reinforced its determination to resist English domination, and highlighted its ability to defend its borders against English aggression. They serve as a testament to Scotland's resilience and bravery in the face of overwhelming odds. These victories are not just historical events, they are part of Scotland's identity, a testament to their unyielding spirit and a symbol of their enduring legacy. These 10 victories represent key moments in the history of Scotland's struggles and triumphs over England. From the earliest victories at Stirling Bridge and Bannockburn, Scotland demonstrated its military prowess and determination to resist English rule. The mid-century raids, sieges, and battles further emphasized Scotland's resilience and strategic capabilities. The Jacobite Rising of the 18th century showcased Scotland's continuous strive for independence, with victories that boosted morale and momentum. And of course, the 3 centuries of battles from the 14th to the 16th, punctuated by the Battle of Otterburn, Flodden Field, and Ancram Moor, highlighted Scotland's enduring defiance and military skill. These victories collectively tell a story of a nation that, despite being smaller in size and often outnumbered, consistently managed to secure significant victories against a powerful neighbor. These battles, fought for land, power, and independence, have shaped the course of Scotland's history and continue to inspire its people today.